Look closely at your reflection in the mirror tonight. Do you truly recognize the person staring back? Or are you looking at a tired stranger? You might believe that your appearance is a fixed result of genetics, the passing of years, or the weight of unavoidable stress. You are wrong. Your face is not a static mask. It is a living map of your internal state. It is a physical record of every thought you entertain, every breath you neglect, and every habit you allow to run on autopilot. Most people are moving through life while their appearance is being silently dismantled by invisible forces. They are looking older, duller, and more defeated every single day, not because of time, but because of a lack of self-mastery. Welcome to Stoicism in Practice. Today, we are stripping away the excuses. The ancient Stoics understood a truth that modern science is only now proving. Your soul takes the color of your thoughts, and your body takes the shape of your soul. If you carry chaos within, you will broadcast exhaustion to the world. If you live without discipline, your presence will remain invisible. In the next few minutes, I am going to reveal the 10 silent habits that are destroying your appearance and your magnetism right now. We will examine these through the lens of Stoic wisdom, providing you with a practical, uncomfortable, and life-changing fix for each one. But before we begin, I must ask you for a commitment. Stoicism is not for the passive observer, it is for the practitioner. If you are ready to take control of your mind and your body, I want you to prove it. Hit the like button right now to signal your intent to change. If you are new here, subscribe to Stoicism in Practice. We don't offer motivation. We offer the tools for total self-command. Now, let us begin. Lesson 1. The digital grimace. You are likely watching this on a screen right now. Observe what your face is doing. For hours every day, you engage in a ritual of comparison. You scroll through the edited highlights of other people's lives, their filtered bodies, their artificial successes, their staged joy. As you do this, your brain enters a state of low-level chronic dissatisfaction. Your brow tightens, your jaw clenches, your eyes narrow in a subconscious effort to measure your behind the scenes against their red carpet. The Stoics taught us to live according to nature, but there is nothing natural about staring at a glowing rectangle for 6 hours a day. This habit creates a permanent expression of not enough. It carves lines of worry and envy into your forehead before you are even 30. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Every time you compare yourself to a digital ghost, you are aging your face with imaginary suffering. The fix is a digital fast. 1 hour every day, your phone is in another room. No scrolling, no comparing. Reconnect with reality. Look at the horizon. Let your eyes soften and your face return to its natural, neutral state. Lesson 2. The shallow breath of fear. Most people are suffocating slowly. They breathe from the upper chest, taking short, jagged sips of air. This is the breath of a person under attack. It keeps your nervous system in a state of fight or flight. Physically, this shallow breathing tightens the muscles in your neck and traps. It pulls your shoulders up toward your ears and makes your face look perpetually tense and guarded. Your skin loses its glow because it isn't being oxygenated from within. Epictetus taught that we must master what is within our power. Your breath is the bridge between your mind and your body. If you cannot control your breath, you cannot control your life. Right now, Drop your shoulders. Inhale deeply through your nose, expanding your belly, not your chest. Hold it. Now, exhale slower than you inhaled. Do you feel your jaw loosen? Do you feel the tension leave your brow? That is the look of a leader. Practice 10 of these deep, stoic breaths 3 times a day. If you are committed to this discipline, comment below with the phrase, "I am in control of my mind." Lesson 3, the weight of the unspoken complaint. Complaining is not just a vocal habit. It is a physical sculptor. Every time you find fault with the world, every time you moan about the weather, the traffic, or the incompetence of others, your face adopts a specific shape. Your lips thin and turn downward. Your eyes lose their spark. Over years, these micro-expressions become permanent. You develop what the world calls a bitter look. You look heavy, even when you are silent. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Everything that happens is as it should be. This is the core of amor fati, loving one's fate. When you stop resisting reality and start accepting it, your face relaxes. The lines of bitterness disappear. You gain a look of profound, unshakable calm. This is true magnetism. People are drawn to those who are not easily disturbed. Stop complaining for 24 hours and watch how the tension melts off your features." Lesson 4, the collapsed pillar. Your posture is the first thing people see, and it is the primary way you broadcast your value to the world. If you are slouched, with your head hanging forward and your chest closed, you are telling the world that you are a person who has been defeated by life. You are literally shrinking, trying to occupy as little space as possible. This isn't just about standing up straight. A collapsed posture compresses your internal organs, restricts your breathing, and makes you look decades older. Stoicism demands continual vigilant attention. You must be the guard at the gate of your own body. Right now, imagine a string pulling the top of your head toward the sky. Open your chest, pull your shoulder blades back and down. You have just added 2 inches to your height and 10 years to your perceived vitality. Set an alarm on your phone for every 2 hours. When it rings, reset your pillar. Stand like a man who is ready to face fate. Lesson 5, the debt of the tired soul. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a stoic duty of maintenance. Many people wear their lack of sleep like a badge of honor, claiming they are grinding or too busy. This is not discipline. It is vanity. When you deprive yourself of rest, you are committing an act of violence against your appearance. Dark circles, siphoned energy, sallow skin, and bloodshot eyes are the physical manifestations of a mind that refuses to rest. Seneca noted that the mind must be given relaxation. It will rise improved and sharper after a good break. To look your best, you must respect the rhythms of nature. Build a ritual. No screens 60 minutes before bed. Let your mind cool down like an engine. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of non-negotiable restoration. When you wake up rested, your eyes are clear, your skin is vibrant, and you carry an aura of alertness that no amount of caffeine can replicate. Lesson 6, the hunger of the servant. What you put into your body is a reflection of your self-respect. If you eat out of boredom, stress, or emotional chaos, you are a servant to your impulses. This lack of temperance shows. It shows in the clarity of your skin, the puffiness of your face, and the dullness of your energy. Most people eat until they are stuffed, which is a state of physical misery. The Stoic practices temperance not because pleasure is bad, but because slavery is worse. Before you eat, ask yourself, am I eating to nourish the vessel, or am I eating to numb the mind? Practice the rule of 80%. Stop eating before you are full. Choose foods that come from the earth, not a factory. This internal discipline will leak out into your external appearance. You will look sharper, leaner, and more focused because you are no longer weighed down by the consequences of excess. Before we move to the final 4 habits, take a moment. This journey of Stoicism in practice is about more than just looking good. It is about becoming the highest version of yourself. If you are finding value in this, make sure you have subscribed and turned on notifications. Your support allows us to continue bringing this ancient wisdom into the modern world. Now, let us continue. Lesson 7. The shadow of the indoor life. We are biological creatures that evolved under the sun. Yet most of us spend 90% of our lives in artificial boxes under flickering fluorescent lights. This creates a gray appearance, a lack of color and life in the skin that no cream can fix. Beyond the physical, a lack of sunlight disrupts your internal clock, leading to a permanent state of low-level fatigue that sits heavily on your eyes. Live according to nature. Spend 20 minutes every morning in direct sunlight. This simple act regulates your hormones, clears your mind, and gives your skin a healthy, natural hue. It is a Stoic ritual of reconnection. It reminds you that you are part of a larger cosmos. If you cannot find 20 minutes, you are not too busy. You are simply unorganized. Reclaim your time. Lesson 8. The desert of neglect. Dehydration is the silent killer of magnetism. Your muscles, your brain, and your skin are primarily water. When you're dehydrated, your face literally sinks, your eyes look hollow, your lips crack, and your fine lines become deep craters. Most people drink only when they are thirsty, which means they are already in a state of emergency. Discipline is systematic self-care. Drink 3 liters of water a day, every day, without exception. This is not a suggestion. It is a requirement for anyone who wants to maintain a commanding presence. In less than a week of proper hydration, your face will look fuller, your eyes will sparkle, and your brain will function with stoic clarity. Do not neglect the basics while chasing the complex. Lesson 9. The fragile presence. How do you move through the world? Do you avoid eye contact? Do you fidget with your hands? Do you take small, hesitant steps as if you are asking for permission to exist? This weak body language is a sign of internal insecurity, and it is the fastest way to destroy your attractiveness. Magnetism is not about being the loudest person in the room. It is about being the most grounded. Epictetus taught that no man is free who is not master of himself. When you enter a room, move with purpose. When you speak, hold eye contact with a calm, steady gaze. When you listen, be still. Eliminate the nervous tick. The man who can sit perfectly still while the world around him is in chaos is the man everyone looks to for leadership. Stop asking for permission to occupy space. You are here. Act like it. Lesson 10. The fidgeting mind. This is the most subtle habit of all. It is the internal chaos that leaks out through micro movements, biting your nail, tapping your foot, touching your face every 30 seconds. These movements signal to everyone around you that you are not at peace. They make you look unstable and untrustworthy. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to be like the rocky headland on which the waves break incessantly. It stands fast, and around it the seething of the waters sinks to rest. To destroy the habit of fidgeting, you must settle the mind. When you feel the urge to move, resist it, breathe. Be the rock. The more you practice internal stillness, the more your external appearance will project power and poise. The 30-day Stoic Transformation. Now, you have the knowledge. But as I said at the beginning, knowledge without action is merely entertainment. Most people will watch this video, feel a momentary spark of motivation, and then go back to their slouched posture and their digital comparison by tomorrow morning. Do not be like most people. I want you to begin a 30-day experiment. Today is day 1. I want you to pick 3 of these habits, just 3, and commit to them with relentless discipline. For the next 30 days, these are your non-negotiables. Take a photo of yourself today, then take another photo in 30 days. You will not just see a change in your face. You will see a change in your eyes. You will see someone who has reclaimed their sovereignty. If you are committing to this 30-day challenge, comment Day 1 below right now. This is your public contract with yourself. Come back every week and update us on your progress. Let this comment section be a record of your transformation. Your appearance is a consequence. If you want to look better, you must live better. You must think better. You must be better. Stoicism is the path to that better. It is the path to a life of meaning, strength, and an undeniable presence that survives the passing of time. Thank you for being part of Stoicism in practice. Keep your head high, your mind clear, and your discipline ironclad. I will see you in the next video. Stay stoic.